Good afternoon, Phil. Thanks for joining us on this ARPAS-UK fireside chat. Today, you're going to explain us what it is that you are doing at the Drone Test and Development Center at Westcott. So I understand that the site has recently been pre-approved by the UK CAA. Can you maybe introduce yourself and then explain to us what it means to have that approval and what testing can take place at your site?
Sure. Thank you for inviting me. So I'm Phil Coughlin. I'm the Drone Test Development Center Manager for Satellite Applications Catapult. We are a not-for-profit government-funded organization, and our job is to essentially help develop technology within industry and support businesses through their growth, either in supporting them developing technology, particularly in the space industry, but also within drones and autonomous systems. We provide anything from business support to support with grant funding through Innovate UK, all the way through to actually providing facilities, capabilities, and expertise to help take that development from concept all the way through to working prototypes, but also to help scale businesses and help them grow. So that's what we do from the wider Catapult. We're one of 9 organizations, and as I mentioned before, we particularly deal with space industry, but also part of that we deal with autonomous systems. So yeah, as you mentioned, we are a test. We have a test facility which is based in Westcott. It's between Bicester and Aylesbury. We've very recently been awarded status as a recognised test site through the CAA. So we went through the CAA's process, through their SORA process, and now we've got that capability. So the so what of that is, if you were to test a system, or you're going to modify a system in a significant way, and you need to go and take it outside and test it and develop it, etc. The current system that you'd have to go through is you'll have to go for a SORA, apply for a SORA. Generally, because you're heavily modifying or you have an untested system to fly, that will place you in a SAIL 3 or a SAIL 4, or possibly more, depending what you're doing, depending where you're doing those testing, which can be pretty difficult to get. There's a lot of regulatory burden. It's all about your risk mitigations, risk assessments. So especially for, say, a small SME or a startup, that's a really difficult hurdle to get past. Now, because we have this status as a recognized test site, you can come to us, and by the way, we're one of 3 sites in the UK where you can do this. You will go through the SORA process as anyone else would. However, you take the information from our site and you add that into your SORA. Now, because the things like the air risk and ground risk, etc., have already been assessed and accommodated by the CAA, actually that reduces your overall SAIL score. So then you should fall within a SAIL 2, essentially, which massively speeds up the process, but it also allows you to do that testing, which you would probably find very difficult to do outside of one of these recognized test sites. So it's a massive step forward, and I think, hats off to the CAA. They've seen where this is a key problem with industry, and this is a new scheme. It is a pilot scheme, but I think it's actually a step in the right direction to help test and evaluation.
And so at the center, UAS manufacturers or possibly drone operators with a specific system can come and test and operate the system at your center. Now, at your center, besides having an authorization to fly, are there other capabilities that they can use to actually progress in their test and evaluation?
Yeah, so one of the key offers that we do actually is because the Satellite Applications Catapult is one larger organization, and we have a lot of expertise within space-based technologies. There's a lot of crossover between space-based technology and kind of terrestrial drone technology. So, for example, at our site, we have clean rooms, we have workshops and labs, we have hangars. There's a 10-meter by 10-meter outside drone cage, so you can fly in a contained area. We have sensor test ranges, so great for testing things like lidar, sensor calibrations within kind of a urbanized area, that kind of thing. Those are some of the specific stuff to the drone center, but actually the wider catapult, we have advanced manufacturing capabilities, so metal additive 3D printing. We can 3D print in pretty much most other materials as well, which can help you with, we can help businesses with prototyping. We have we have a zero gravity simulation a robotics yard, so that's mainly to do with satellites docking with space stations, etc. So we have that kind of facility, but we also have access to Earth observation sciences and technology as well, and software development engineers. We have a ubiquitous connectivity department and a PNT department, so we can work on comms and we can work on position navigation and timing. We have access to all these different facilities and capabilities which we can plug into for different needs. So it's not just specifically necessarily the drone, the aircraft, but it's also capability and sensors and data analytics, which we can help with as well.
Okay, good. So it's thank you for clarifying it, because I'm sure that a number of ARPAS-UK members and beyond players in the industry would be interested in those facilities. Now, you mentioned you were one of the pre-approved sites by the CAA. I mean, there are not that many for now. I think there are 3. Can you let us know a little bit in how you would position yourself, in the sense of, I understand that each site has its specificity. So how would you more or less, qualify your target audience in terms of companies who would come and test at your site versus maybe some other sites?
Sure. So yeah, you're right. There are 3 sites in the UK at the moment. I'm sure that will change relatively soon. So you have us based in Westcott, 𝗁𝗏 based in Cornwall, and there's Snowdonia test site as well. We work quite closely with them. We talk to them and other sites around the UK as well. One of the key things that one of the key facilities that we enable is we have to be a neutral entity. So as I said before, we're a not-for-profit. So our stake in kind of development of this technology and within the industry is that of a neutral party. Now, what that enables us to do actually is we can talk to people like Snowdonia and people like 𝗁𝗏, who we have an MOU with, and we're having ongoing conversations. And we can work together with these other sites as well, and we have very good relationships with them. So what we realized very quickly was that there is stuff that we can do at Westcott which you can't do at other sites. So we specialize. We're very good at that lower TRL bench testing, more kind of developing of the new technology early and helping to support those businesses scale. However, we're also very aware of what we can't do. So organisations like Snowdonia and 𝗁𝗁𝗄𝗏, or the National Drone Hub in Cornwall, they have large areas and a lot of expertise in that airspace management and long-range BV loss testing, and they can accommodate that with their current airspace models. We can't do that at our site because we're set up in a very different way. However, working together, actually, we can build if you think of it, a national drone testing framework where actually all our systems are complementary. So you could come to us at Westcott and you could do a particular type of testing. You could do your initial proof of concept testing, bench testing, and you can do your initial flights within VLOS, etc., and you can get your system off the ground. Then becomes a stage where, well, actually you need to take that development further. Well, then that's where people like Snowdonia or National Drone Hub can really help. So they're kind of they can provide the next step in the journey for that development of that technology. But overall, we kind of work as one big ecosystem, and it's very collaborative.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you for clarifying that aspect as well. And in a way, it's great to see collaboration among industry players. For sure, a number of companies were sort of crying for help in terms of finding places where to test and evaluate in the UK. So, I mean, it's great to see that it is happening. So maybe my last question will be, how do we get in touch with you?
So if you look at our website for the Satellite Applications Catapult website, then there are various means of contact for us. If you fill in the online form, then that will direct you to the right department, and then we can start the development development of your journey there. We do offer kind of a bespoke service because everyone is different, everyone's requirements are different, so it just starts with that initial reach out and contact, and then we'll get back to you and we'll have a chat and we can see what we can do.
And we'll add those links to your website and contact forms in the description of this recording, so that people can really know how to get in touch with you. All right, brilliant. It was
Fantastic.
very instructive, very informative. So I hope that there will be plenty of companies coming and come and test at your location. I know already that a number of members are actually testing at Westcott. And well, thank you very much for your time and for all this information.
Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
Thank you.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.